We're also going over pi, 3.14. And they're slowly grasping what it is. They've got diameter nailed down pretty good. Circumference and radius are getting in there. And then the relationship to those to pi is slowly coming around. I had them, for example, measure the distance of the Earth's orbit around the Sun, given that the radius of the Earth's orbit is 93 million miles. So at first, I can't remember who it was, Caden or Cumin wanted to multiply 93 million by pi. And I said, well, what do we multiply by pi? You know, went through it all. It's the diameter, not the radius, so you have to 2 times the radius and then take that and multiply by pi. That'll give you the distance it goes around. And then we can divide that by 365 to find the distance it goes a day, and divide that by 24 to find how fast we're going per hour. We didn't make it that far though. Big numbers here. Pi times 93 million times 2, and 93 million times 2 first. This is going great. The mixed classroom has worked out better than I ever thought it would. Their problem is there's the straggling kid who's on the last. That's Tabitha. Bobby Sue works with her aside as often as we can. And sometimes all the boys go out to recess and Tabitha doesn't want to go out, it's cold or whatever. So me and Tabitha work one-on-one. I give her some owlers to answer questions or to write down some stuff. So those of you who have supplied me with some money in order to get me to put Daniel in the school, you already have one astounding success. We've successfully taught him subtraction, or takeaway, which he said he wasn't too good at when he first got here. But he's good at it, he understands it. There's no such thing as I'm not good at it at this school. I'm not good at it means I need to improve. It doesn't mean I can't do it. Not here. He is paid through December. He still needs funding through January, February, March, April. We've also been learning rounding. We've been learning Roman numerals. Some people think that's not too important, but the kids enjoy it. They actually asked me to do Quiz for Cash for Roman numerals. So we've spent 3 days, probably 15 minutes a day, maybe 20 or 30 minutes the first day, and then 15 minutes the next 2 days, practicing Roman numerals. So I can put things up here on the board like M, 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 D, X, L, X, that wouldn't make any sense, M, D, X, L, V, I, or something like that. And then we go around one by one, and each one of them tries to see if they can do it. And sometimes it's a real hoot, and the one person makes a little teeny slip up and the next person can do it. Sometimes it's a little rough. Cumin and Caden can figure out those MDX blah blah blahs. Cumin especially well. But XV is about as far as Brandon can get, or XV, something like that. Which is fine. Roman numerals are difficult. But then Daniel is hopeless. We haven't broken him into that far into it yet. He was here the day we studied Roman numerals. He wasn't here for the review, but he's here for the second day review. But he was just had no idea. He had no idea. So I get around him and he keeps on missing the questions. He can't figure it out. I gave him XV. And he said, 10? No, no, oh my goodness. Then he comes around to him and he says they want a 50-hour question. 20-hour questions are fine, 50-hour are hard. If you want 50 hours for your question, you're probably not going to get the right answer. So I put it up there, 50-hour question for him. No, couldn't do that either. Cumin did it though, and I paid Cumin 20, and he protested. He said, what the heck, that was a 50-hour question. I said, it's a 50-hour question for people who don't understand it as well as you. For people who understand it perfectly well, it's worth 20. He protested, which is fine. So we're also learning reading big numbers. There are a lot of people, even in high school, who didn't have the first clue where you say billion or million or 1,000, 100,000, 10,000. They just couldn't read it. They just had no idea. We spent like 30 minutes today. I just tried to throw them for a loop. Throwing them for a loop. Like I put a 1, comma 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, which is 1 trillion and 1. Then I do things like 25252525252 with the commas in the right place, so it ends up being 252,525,000,000, whatever. And I do things like I skip over, there's all zeros in the millions slot, so it goes from billions to thousands. Through them for loops, and they get better and better at it. Better and better. And once they can do that, then they can actually read the numbers that they're now able to add and multiply, because they're currently able to add, 73 million to 14 million with all those digits running along the bottom. Brandon was protesting. I kept him on level 2 addition, and I was waiting to put him up to level 3 because he's still struggling on subtraction. I want him to come up on that too. And he, under protest, I put him on level 3 addition. The level 2 addition is double digits. Level 3 addition, though, it's not triple digits. Level 3 addition is n number of digits, up to 7 or 9 or 14 digits that you have to add to 7 or 9 or 14 other digits. So plus a few that throw them for a loop, like 73 plus 27. And they give me the answer, 90. Too much. Nope, it goes right up over into 100. Just one extra roll they need to do there. And that's on the same page with 23,500,000,000 plus blah blah blah. And Brandon did that. I think he missed 1 or 2 on the page. He did such a good job that I paid him a big bonus, because I wasn't going to put him on that level of addition yet. And so I think I gave him a $50 bonus or $40 or something. To which Cumin was upset, because there's Brandon getting that for level 3, and Cumin's on level 5 and not getting paid that. Thank you very much for his hard work. But Cumin was sick of doing multiplication, sick and tired of it, and doing division. And he's just having a little spotty trouble with his 7s and 8s multiplies. Other than that, he's got it down pretty good. And so he was protesting, so I gave him level 3 multiplication, which is you start getting double digit multiply, and then you have to show that thing where you bring the extra 0 down across it, and then you add it all together at the end. Oh my goodness, his head almost fell off. Like, he was like, I'm sick of this, I want to go to the next level. So me and him had to learn the next level. Go through with him how to multiply double digits by multiple digits. And he kept saying, okay, okay, okay. And then so I would just keep writing on the board, doing the problem we're on. And in a minute he looks up to see if he's got the right answer, and he's totally off. And then he gets frustrated, and I say, well, if you listen to me, I'll tell you how to do it then. Turns out he was adding, like, you carry the 1 up to above the 2, then he adds the 1 and the 2 together, that's 3, right? Then he multiplied the 5 by 3. No. You multiply the 5 by 2 and add 1. So he was adding it already and then multiplying by a bigger number. So once we got straightened that out, then, let's see, what was the other problem? I think that was it. Once we figured out that situation there, he went pretty good about it, other than his handwriting. And, well, he was stressed out. He was not going to do it. He was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, you want to go back to your regular times tables then? He's like, give me a 4 times table sheet. I was like, no, you get 100% on that, every single time you ever do it. So you're either doing your times tables or you're doing multiplication sheet. Under protest, we got him to move up, and now he's multiplying massive numbers without error. He understands, he knows what's going on. Oh my goodness, so they're moving ahead in math. I can now draw a diagram of a lever on the board, and I can put the weight on this end and the length of the arm, and on the other end I can give them either the length of the arm or the weight, and they can figure out the missing number. And then they can tell me who told us that, and then they can tell me what else that man told us, Archimedes, who gave us studied refraction and reflection, and discovered that coming in at a light ray coming in at 165 will exit at 15 degrees, or vice versa, coming in at 15 exit at 165. In order to talk about that, we had to teach them how many degrees are in a circle, and we had to teach them that So we measure degrees starting on 0 and straight up is 90, and halfway around is 180.